What's up, beautiful people? In this video, you will see us going to the Chris Brown concert here in Tampa, Florida. And here we are walking up to the stadium, the Raymond James Stadium to be exact, which is where the Chris Brown concert was. Now, I am going to play this video without sound because I don't want those copyright issues. However, if you see yourself in this video, comment down below where you were. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to play a little game of find and seek and hide and seek and did you see me in the comment section. But nonetheless, in it all, walking up, which it wasn't a bad walk overall because we parked in a section where it wasn't like close to the stadium, but it was close to the stadium, but far enough not to get caught up in the traffic of the stadium. You know what I'm saying? So proximity and distance play to our played to our benefit. But nonetheless, here we are walking through, which other people said in other states and cities and whatnot, how the line was backed up as far as security. However, here in Tampa, they handled their business because the line wasn't long and the process wasn't bad at all. But nonetheless, here we are walking up the ramp to the second level, which is where our seats were. And Chrystle did a short and whatnot on her TikTok, so go check it out just to get another perspective of what took place and how it all went all at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Because we worked this thing out together. I'm not gonna be talking all video, but I'm gonna talk enough to let you know that during this part, the concert had started on time at 7 p.m. Bryson Tiller was up first, then it was Summer Walker, then it was Chris Brown. So if you want to know, that's how it flowed in Tampa. Now, I can't say that that's going to be the case for every city that Chris Brown goes to. However, that was the case for what we were able to experience. Now, at this point, I'm waiting for Chrystle to come out of the restroom, which, you know, it was a whole process because it was hot outside. Ladies going to do what they do. And so mix the heat with the weight, and it was what it was. So I was like, let me just go ahead and capture some footage, see if people who watch the video see themselves in the video and whatnot, and just put Tampa on the map, looking at the outfits and whatnot. If you're trying to figure out what to wear to the Chris Brown concert, watching this video can give you some ideas of what others wore and what you can wear. It was a lot of like short skirt situations, I ain't gonna lie to you. At the end of the day, my head was on the swivel. When I saw it, I turned because I don't want them problems. I don't want it. And so here we are, in it all with it all, going to our destination, which is our seat. Once we're in the stadium, now we need to find where do we sit. And you know, that is something that is important. Maybe other people look into that prior to getting to the stadium. However, we got to the stadium and, you know, at the end of the day, I guess we just thought somebody was just going to point us in the right direction. But nonetheless, here it all, we are going forward. And as you can see, I'm using my glasses to record this content. So shouts out to the Meta glasses and doing what they do, giving us the picture quality that we see just now. And I had to like check to make sure it was recording because I'm still a newbie to this thing. But nonetheless, we are going forward. And if there's any other like point of view content that you would like to see, let me know in the comment section below and I will try to do just that. Whether it's driving in a Tesla, walking around the mall, cooking certain things, I don't know. You let me know though, and we'll work this thing out together. However, in the Raymond James Stadium, this is what it looks like, and y'all see it was plenty of fans being held in people's hands because it was just that hot outside. And I don't even know if them fans did people justice because truth be told, you probably just blowing around heat. But it's better than what we had, so I ain't complaining at them. They thought ahead. We didn't. But nonetheless, here we are, the concession stand area, and the outside portion of the stadium is just here where they have drinks, they have food, and the list goes on, right? But nonetheless, here we are walking and going. So I'm gonna let y'all just look at this and I'll tap back in. back again, great people. So we were blessed enough to have seats that gave you access to the interior or the inside of the stadium as well, which, as y'all see, the people are in here trying to cool off, because as it was hot outside, it was such a relief and cool to be inside. And so this is where we find ourselves in between acts, and truth be told, like for the majority of the non-Chris Brown part of the concert. However, other people as well had access and were able to enjoy the AC and the coolness and the relief as we are right now. And so just walking around showing you what there was, various bars. They actually had PDQ, which is a chicken spot similar to like a Chick-fil-A that was in there all the way straight, boom shakalaka, and it was cool, right? They also had other little spots, whether it was sushi, whether it was drinks, whether it was pretzels, popcorns, and snacks like that, you had access to in this area as well. But I will say, if you was trying to find, like, you know what I'm saying, somewhere to sit down, if you didn't grab it once you came in, it was like, nah. Then it was like, oh, snap, we know them people from our church. And so, well, person from our church. So, of course, we're going to speak to our peoples because we love our church family. Boom. Hey, Miss Sophia, shouts out to her. I'll put her Instagram in the comment or description. She does a great, like, physical therapy and things like that for people in the Tampa Bay area. So go ahead, check her out. And I'll put her TikTok. I think that'll be more useful. But nonetheless, here's the view from the backside of the stage, which if you into like lighting and sound and all that good stuff, that was the side for you, which I am. So, you know, I like that. But nonetheless, I love the lights. I love the inside. Very cozy, very cool, and did everything that it needed to do. But here's the inside area for the Bucks. And so here I am walking back outside because I started hearing chants. I started trying to figure out what was going on. I didn't want to miss anything because ultimately we came for the Chris Brown concert. However, here I am walking in, making sure everybody get in where they need to go. Then there was a person asking for tickets, which I don't even understand why. Bro, if we made it this far, we in here. And so I'm just going to walk because I'm doing what I'm doing. He doing what he doing. We don't have to cross paths. But here we are, in it all with it all. I realized all the chanting was because they was doing the wave. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. I rushed in here out of the AC into this heat for the wave. I could have stayed inside for that. But since we outside, I might as well show y'all what it looked like. So I'm like catching the vibe while also waiting patiently behind these people. And boom, y'all see the wave. Back. But then the wave stops because there it is, the back of the stage. So I thought to myself, like, how they gonna get this wave back, or what they gonna do while they trying to tell me, hey, sorry, sir, we're lost where we're going. We don't know really what we're doing. And so we got to loop back around. I'm like, I mean, cool. I can't go nowhere. So you're just gonna have to do what you do. But in the meantime, in between time, I see the wave starting to come back. So I had to think to myself, Ricky, are you gonna kind of squat? Or are you gonna just wave your hand when the wave come around? And then assessing that thing, I was just like, nah, I'm just gonna wave my hand. I'm not gonna do too much, but I'm also going to participate at the same time. So here I am trying to calculate where it is in proximity to where I am. And then I'm also, boom, hit the wave. There's my hand.
I really need water.
Boom shakalaka. All right, so I messed up, y'all. I didn't catch the opening act of it all. There was a countdown, there was a video, and then my man came out and did his thing, had the crowd going. As you can see, the energy is pumping, the lights are going. But listen, so I had to give y'all a taste of what we was hearing. Hopefully that does not give me like copyright or any of those strikes or anything like that. But you see the boy Chris Brown just jumped up in the sky. He didn't jump up in the sky technically because he's connected to cords. But nonetheless, the boy is going around the stage, but not really. He is going from one stage to the other stage, which is crazy in itself because it's only two wires holding a harness, therefore him up in the sky, quote unquote, safely. But there he is on that front stage, giving the fans on that side of the stadium the opportunity to be closer to him, while also giving us in the stadium the stage or the screens that gives us the opportunity to see what he's doing even over there. And the boy put on the show. Well, he ain't no boy no more. That's a grown man. That grown man put on a show on the front stage, on the back stage, on the X's, because crazy enough, like I didn't realize till mid-concert that the two X's are indicative of his 20 years in the game, which I was like, oh snap. Chris Brown been in the game for 20 years. But when I think about it, I'm 36. 20 years ago, I was 16, and it makes sense. And so, not that we the same age, but just the thought of how we've, quote unquote, grew up together in a sense of music was just phenomenal to me. And then here's a part where he was singing a song, Look at Me Now, and here he is on the tightropes again, but closer this time, like, whoa. Chris Brown, no, he wasn't like I could reach out and touch him, but he was the closest that he's ever been to me ever before. I thought it was cool. Like, I was like, wow, that was very dope to get that personal, quote unquote, touch or that personal eye line of sight with him. And everybody, truth be told, it was liking that. Like, the crowd was cheering. As you could see, the flashlights is flashlighting, therefore the recording is taking place, and people are catching the moment just as I am. And not only did he go around the stadium, but then he finds himself on top of the platform of one of his figurine statues. And so what you can't see is my air quotes. Maybe you heard it in the way I said it, but you can see the figurine statues, one on the left, one on the right. He only landed on the one on the right, which was crazy. So I'm like shaking my head like, this dude is bananas for this stunt. And I'm just thinking to myself, dude, I need you on the ground, like, just for my peace and my certainty. But then I'm pointing to my wife because she's like, whoa, where's Chris Brown? I hear him singing, I see him dancing, but where is he? I had to point to the statue situation because that's where he was. Like, who would have thunk it? I was quite honestly trying to figure out what they were there for. But now to see that it's a dancing platform, well done, sir. Well done. Like, kudos to you. And so I'm going to just let you like soak in the moment that we had with him on them, and then I'll jump back in. So my man out here performing, waited my whole life and all that fun stuff, blasting this hot fire, which was crazy because it was already hot enough for the fire not to take place. But obviously it's a part of the show, so the fire had to take place. And he was doing this thing, like change his outfit probably 4 times in the concert itself with breaks, with allowing him to do so. But nonetheless, like, you could see the stage, the 2 X's lit up. There was a runway part of the stage, and then the back where the dancers are as well, where the screens are. So that was like the whole situation. Then there was that forward stage that he did his dancing with. And so I mean, it was a vibe. So there was like just the, you know, the flames that was really just like light.
Thank you so much, Tampa, Florida. We love y'all. Until next time, y'all be safe, man. Be positive, love one another. I love you guys with all my heart. Keep breathing for life, you know?
So shouts out to Chris Brown for doing a phenomenal show. His set probably lasts about 2 hours in total. I think it was from like 9 to 11 or just before 11 when it ended. But nonetheless, here we are walking back to our vehicle, which it wasn't bad. Like, truth be told, not bad going in, not bad going out. Wasn't heavy traffic getting back to home. And so shouts out to Tampa for doing what they needed to do to have a smooth operation. And wherever you're watching the show, if you are getting an opportunity to go to the concert, I pray that everything runs safely and smoothly as it did in Tampa. Shouts out to Chris Brown for a phenomenal show, and we enjoyed it. Peace.